What?
Every time.
Every time. I don't know why. Welcome back to Phone a Friend News with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I'm one of your two hosts, Ambassador Chris.
And I'm Ambassador Michael.
And we don't really have much today. Just little things. I mean, interesting things, but little things. Very little. Michael?
Okay. So, first things first.
Oh, wait, no.
What?
I want to do first things first. It's
What?
raining here really heavy. And the walls are vibrating, and I'm pretty sure I might die. So...
Okay, bye.
If you see something fall from the ceiling and then my video feed just gone and the call ended,
He's most likely dead.
I'm probably dead or dying.
It's terrible.
Most likely.
Most likely. Highly possible. So... The Xbox One S bundles are getting leaked now.
They're leaked.
The first one was a leak. The picture was leaked by a gentleman on Twitter at EKIM_GAF. He's a NeoGAF user, I'm assuming. And it's a screenshot of the white Xbox One S with Halo 5. It's a 1 terabyte. And then he had talked about there being a Gears of War 4 bundle that was similar to the color scheme of the Xbox One Elite controller. And that showed up today. So that one is most likely true too. I like the one better, the Xbox One S controller for the bundle better than the Elite one, because it doesn't have the symbols on the D-pad for like each weapon and Gears, whereas the Elite one does. And they're basically the same thing, but
one thing to be assured of, but no, is that the S bundle that comes with Halo 5, it is not skinned at all.
Yeah,
it
no,
is
it's
just
a white one.
white, unlike the actual Xbox One console that was released with Halo 5, had a Spartan Locks armor design on it. And I'd actually, I'm not one for custom consoles. They're too flashy to me, personally. But yours is subtle. Yours is more subtle.
I got the Forza one. I fucking don't even like Forza.
The Halo 5 one, definitely, with all that silver and stuff, it's a nice pattern, but it's also, it's not like in your face. It's just a nice pattern.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the Reach one. The Reach one was ridiculous. Like the 360's Reach one.
Oh, no. I don't think that was the one that was a slim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see it. I'm gonna look that up right here.
It's pretty.
That's not
bright.
As flashy. It's silver.
It's
Let me see.
bright. It's like really bright silver.
I mean, it's silver, but at least it doesn't have any like raunchy shapes or anything on it. It just looks silver with a few words on it. I don't think. In fact, that's one of my favorite slims.
UNSC stuff on it. They have the 3CPO one. That the console was 3CPO and the controller was R2D2, or the console was R2D2 and the controller was C3PO. That one was ugly as fuck, and I wanted that one.
The console, I think, was C3PO. I might be no, it could have been R2. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Let me see here,
But
dude. This really Reach wasn't even that bad. What are you talking about?
I hated the Reach one.
Nice console. That's so nice. What are you even talking about? But ones like the Modern Warfare 2 one was a little too flashy.
Yeah, 3 was too. Yeah, the console was R2D2 and the controller was C3PO. For the Star Wars one. And it wasn't even... The only difference between it and, like, the gold plate one you could find was that it had, like, little wires on the bottom of the controller. So, and the button was a different color on the 360 R2D2. It was blue instead of the green.
I started my gaming collection with collecting controllers, and I did have this Halo Reach controller, and I liked it.
I always liked the Gears ones.
Remember the Fable one that the button, you ate Cheetos with it or something?
I ate too many snacks while eating. I committed controller abuse, and I paid for it dearly.
The
Like the
Gears
back
console
button
is
was
way
stuck.
too flashy. The Gears 360 Slim is way too flashy.
They toned it down with the Xbox One S. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still the same. It's the same one, but I don't think it's gloss, or it's not as glossy, or some bullshit like that. It's not. It's not a shiny, which I'm fine with. But I really like the Gears ones. I always think the Gears ones look really good.
I don't know. The Reach one is actually pretty nice for me. It's silver, but it's got subtle designs on it. I like it. If I had to get, I'm not against a different colored console. I wouldn't be against like getting a different colored one. Like if I could, oh my gosh, I would have gotten a anniversary PS4, but those ran out so damn quick.
I know. I was
Those
really
are-
upset about the Metal Gear Solid 5 PS4. The Metal Gear Solid 5 PS4 was fucking awesome, but they didn't release it here. They only released it in Europe.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
It's like black, red, and gold.
Wait, is it a console?
Yeah, it's a console.
Is it an Xbox One or 360?
No, PS4.
Oh, what am I thinking?
Yeah, it's all red. Like the console's all red, or the top is red and the bottom's
Oh
black. with a
wow,
gold
that does
strip.
look nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I was really
And
pissed about
there's
that.
I actually like the Destiny one too. It's subtle. It just has Destiny on it, and it's like all white.
The original Destiny one or the Taken King one?
The original Destiny one.
Yeah, the original Destiny one wasn't too bad. The Taken King one is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's
I
like
haven't
white.
seen that one.
It's white with gold. Like, it has the map all in gold. Like,
Let me see this Taken King PS4 console. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, I like the other one better, but it doesn't look that bad. Have you seen the Taco Bell gold ones?
yeah,
Like, people actually won those.
Yeah.
People actually won those. I always thought that no one ever entered those contests because they were, like, guaranteed to lose. But
Yeah.
no, there are people online that won it.
yeah. Like that was like a legit thing. Like, I was kind of tempted to do it, and then I was like, but wait, like they're gonna release like a Slim and a Neo apparently this year, so
Dude, it's like black with gold accents. It looks like the Metal Gear one, but instead of
Yeah.
red on top, it's gold.
yeah. I really want the fucking Metal Gear one, which is sad because you can buy any PS4, it doesn't matter because they're not region locked, and then you could just set it to whatever country you're from. It just was
Yeah.
gonna cost more money to get it. It would have costed me like $550 because it was a European exclusive. So like it would have costed me more money to get it, but
Mike gifted me my PS4.
I did.
He wanted me to play with him.
I did. And now you do. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking about buying Gang Beasts.
I don't know what that is.
Gang Beasts? It's with the little claymation guys that you run around and you just beat the shit out of each other and you try to throw each other off the maps and shit.
Yeah, I did not know what that was. Okay.
If you've ever seen, like, if you watch a video, you've probably seen it somewhere.
Okay, we need to continue. But
let's get
basically,
Back on the track.
so Xbox One S bundles, yay.
Hooray. So, Evolve is back, apparently.
This is interesting.
Yeah, I like this move, but we gotta see what happens with it. So, Evolve came out last February, and it came out with like 2 or 3 monsters, and then like I think 8 hunters, like 2 for each class or something like that, and then there were 2 season passes, which I believe gave you 1 new monster for each. It was like 1 new monster, 1 new, and then 4 new hunters, 1 for each class, in each season pass. I'm unsure if that's right, but I'm assuming. So, but Evolve like died really quick because it's very strategic and it's one of those games you can't just like hop on.
You can't
and
play by
it.
yourself. You can, but
You have to have a team to play it for it to be fun. Like, I played the beta for it and I already knew that, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy this. And Justin, he was like hardcore into it. He's like, I'm gonna buy it. And I was like, did you play the beta? And he's like, no. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, don't buy that game. And he bought it, and then he only played it for like 2 weeks, and then he's like, yeah, dude, there's like nobody to play with. This just isn't fun. I'm like, I knew that's what was gonna happen. That's why I didn't play it. Like, so, but they're back now. They've moved onto free to play, which is an interesting move for a AAA game.
The interesting thing about it is that this like multiplied, not just multiplied. This
It like ridiculously upped the numbers.
Like an exponent, like the number of players they had to the 5th power, or like to the 100th power.
Yeah, it was a 25,000% increase, or like
25,000%
I believe,
increase,
or 2,500%. Either way, it's a fucking lot. Like, so, but they're free to play. And when they moved into free to play, they changed it back into a beta. But it's on beta on Steam now. And so a bunch of people are playing it again because it's free. They changed the model now, so you can still buy the monsters and the characters, the extra ones. I think you get one of each with the free to play. And then, so you get keys after every round, or every match. And then you need like, somebody's saying you need like 5,000 for a hunter or something like that. It's like an asinine amount. But it's like, to be fair, you can just do that instead of paying for it. So if you really, really like that game and you play it a lot, it's not going to matter to you. But most likely you're going to end up paying the money because you're going to unlock a character and then just buy another one, you know? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're back in the beta. They're saying the beta is supposed to last for a couple months to see how the systems work out, you know what I mean, with the transactions, with the keys, like, so they can figure all this shit out before they put it on PS4 and Xbox One again as a free-to-play. So they've done that now. So you can buy the DLC or earn it. It's whatever you want. But the people that bought the game and all the DLC, which had 2 fucking season passes for some goddamn reason,
they're called founders.
They are called founders. And they get, let me quote this, they get founder status, so they get like, it's like an emblem or some bullshit, I'm sure, like on their name. And they receive gifts, rewards, and special access to the game changes to the new business model. And any content they already owned in the regular version of the game goes to the free-to-play version, which I would have just assumed. Like, I didn't feel like that was like a necessary piece of information, but I just assumed if I paid for it, you were going to let me keep it when you made it free.
Where have I heard that before?
What?
Founder.
Huh.
Like, Call of Duty did something like that.
I'm sure.
Call of Duty Elite.
Yeah, that's what it was. Call of Duty Elite. That garbage-ass idea.
Yeah, that didn't last for... but then again, Halo Waypoint doesn't do all that well either. Like, and that was what they were trying to do. That came out... Would that come out with Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they moved it into Ghosts, and then that was like it. Nobody used it after that.
Well, I mean, no one played Ghost, so...
Yeah. No,
well, no, a lot of
Modern
people
Warfare
played
3,
Ghost
Black
and then
Ops
regretted
2.
it.
Black Ops... Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, then Ghosts. Ghosts is when it died.
Yeah. Founder, because I have the Founders card still.
Yeah.
I didn't sell GameStop my limited edition games just because they'll only pay me basically for the disc, but then they will take everything and they'll sell it as the bundle I bought it for. So, bastards.
Because they're fuckers.
Excuse my language. I usually don't swear.
So that's interesting. I'm interested to see how this works out, especially because they're going to get huge amounts of traffic, like when it comes to Xbox and PC, PS4 too. Like, they're already getting so many on PC, but there's a lot of people that didn't play it on PS4 and Xbox One. Now the people that own it, you know what I mean, or own, like, for example, when it comes out, Justin will already have all the DLC for it if he bought it. So,
yeah.
Like, I'm probably going to play it, like, just to try it out with, you know, maybe me, you, and him jump on and we play, like, a couple rounds, see how it is, see if we can
I wouldn't mind
into
giving it a try, really.
It really is fun. It's really tactical. I think it's a really good game, but the problem is it's very much a group-based game. You cannot play it without a group. And so and people get into their classes, and that's the class they like, so they stick with that class, and then you guys just run like that. So, but I'm interested to see how this goes. I hope they do well because I really do like Evolve. I really don't think it's a bad game, and I don't think it was a bad idea. But the problem was there was nothing outside of the multiplayer shit, and they dropped a lot of game modes when they moved to free to play. Like they got rid of a lot of the like extra type of game modes, so it's mostly just like Monster Hunt
Yeah, I get you.
and like I think there's two more or three more or some bullshit like that because they downscaled it a lot. But those will come back, I'm sure, at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
So,
you.
we'll see. And yeah, let's move on to the last one. Sorry, I think Mom texted me.
Super exciting!
Yeah, Sean Murray. If you don't know, Sean Murray is I believe, the owner of the studio and also the head developer of Hello Games, which is making No Man's Sky. He tweeted out a picture with his development team of No Man's Sky on a disc, and that is now certified gold. What certified gold means, if you're unaware, that it is playable from front to back on a disc. So if they were to send you a disc, you could
games
play.
Basically have to go through, after they're developed, they have to go through a period where basically Sony will kind of go through and make sure that it's not, as Mike used, I'm quoting him, so I'm allowed to swear, so that make sure games are not a buggy piece of shit.
Yeah, like they have to go through certification, they have to go through Q&A testing, and then once they're certified, go through that, then they get certified gold, put onto a disc, and then printed and sold. So, it's, to be fair, that's a pretty fast process because they got done last week sometime, and the game's coming out in a month. And they have to print all those discs. It's a lot of discs.
Yeah,
like,
but it's impressive.
Yeah.
It is impressive.
So, and when they did that, they started getting reached out about, like, of course, how much is the game? Like, gigabyte-wise, because for some reason, everybody this generation is obsessed with, like, what the size of a game is.
I mean, considering...
Because you can't,
remember,
the disc doesn't matter.
Yeah, in 360 days, for all of you viewers that have gotten into gaming in this generation, in the 360 days, I don't know about the PS3 because I didn't have it, you could download your games from the disc to run better while the disc was in, but you didn't ultimately have to have it downloaded. The only space that was taken up on your hard drive was basically save data and other things, and updates, yeah. But now this generation, I mean, we all know, when you buy a game, especially a huge game, like let's say...
literally any AAA game.
Titanfall, Destiny, particular. I know Titanfall is huge.
Yeah, Titanfall's
like 60 gigabytes.
Yeah, 50 or 60 total. With the DLC, I think it's 60.
Yeah. So of course, I mean, it makes sense. We only have limited amounts of space and so many games we want to play.
But No Man's Sky is also run on procedurally generated algorithms, which are run on a server, which means it's technically like an online game, like an online only game. I heard you can play it offline, but I don't know how that works. So I'm sure they'll talk about it more like in the next couple weeks going up to it, but I know I had read somewhere that you could play it offline, and that was like a thing from Sean Murray. So again, I don't remember where I read it, so take it with a grain of salt, but it's only 6 gigs. Game's only 6 gigs. A game that for you to discover, land on a planet, get off of it, and go to another planet, if you continue to do that, to discover every planet, would take you 588 billion years. It's 6 gigs. What the fuck? But for real, I'm so excited for No Man's Sky. I get pissed off about it because people are like, the game's gonna fucking be so shitty because it got hyped up so much, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, that's mostly our fault, like, and that's partially Sony's fault because when the game first got fucking announced, they put them out on an E3 stage, and their development team of like, I think 13 or 14 people when they first started making that game, and they have one of the most anticipated games for the last 2 years, like. So, and like Sean Murray's been grilled with fucking interviews for the last 2 years, and like every time I see one, he just looks like he's so fucking done with this shit. Like he just wants to get his game out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's really what he's like a developer at core. It seems like where he just wants to get his fucking game out so people can play it. Like, and he doesn't want to do all this PR shit. But, eh, everywhere I go, reading about this and hearing about it, people are so hyped about it, and everybody says the same thing: is to just lower your expectations of what you expect. Like, it's procedurally generated, so like, if I go on this is gonna sound really stupid, but I think I got this from Kotaku, and it was, if you land on a planet and you drill into the planet to get resources and you make a giant dick in the planet, and then you leave that planet and come back, your penis will be gone, like in the ground, like the planet will just regenerate itself. So, like, they're not like, there's no way for them to possibly keep that like the way it is. Like, it can remember who discovered it first, because that's not a lot of information, you know? But I'm just expecting to go around and go on cool ass planets and shit, because that's literally all I want to do is explore the universe. That sounds fucking amazing.
Right.
I just want to go on to planets, check shit out, see animals, see plants, like, explore environments. Like, I think that's the coolest fucking shit ever. And this is gonna sound really weird, but I think it's Lost Planet is the survival game, which you have to. It was one of the first games where you had to do hunger and thirst along with your health and your stamina. So like, if you got too hungry, you started to die. If you didn't drink enough, you started to die. Like, I like those games too, even though they're like, a lot of people don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of like micromanage. Yeah, they're hard as fuck. Like, you gotta have to find resources.
I get annoyed watching the hunger bar in Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly. But so like, I like that kind of shit, but I also think I'm gonna like this a lot. But that's because I never expected it to be anything more than I get to go around and fly around the fucking universe and look at planets and shit. Why? Because I fucking love space. And I always wanted to be an astronaut, and then I realized that astronauts are not likely and probable field to go into, as we don't go into space anymore with people. So, outside of like doing the space station.
That, and most people don't go to be an astronaut. They're normally pilots.
Yeah.
Or do something or other, and then they're recruited to be an astronaut.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I was like, fuck this. And then they were like, wait, you could just go to planets in this universe. And I was like, this is fucking amazing. This is literally everything I want out of life. So, I'm really excited, and I have super low expectations for the game. So, like, I don't think there's any way I could be disappointed in it. Unless it just, like, plays like shit. You know what I mean? Like, as long as the game plays smoothly, that's all I care about, is seeing planets and shit. But people are expecting it to be like Call of Duty in space with Destiny. And it's like, dude, like 14 people made this game. Like, you can't expect that. And it took them, 4 or 5 years to make this game? At least.
Yeah.
Like, so, give them a break. They're gonna get shit on so bad, and it's gonna piss me off, because I'm sure the game's gonna be great. Like, from the aspect of, it's an all perspective thing. People think it's a AAA game, and it's not. All it is Sony gave them some money, basically, so they could just get it on the PS4 by itself. It's still going to PC. It's just a console exclusive. So,
fun fact for today before we go. The second most expensive game to develop was $100,000, and the first expensive in history was $500,000. You know who what that game was?
that was Destiny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fucking Destiny.
That's
Language, Chris.
You know why it cost that much money? Because Bungie had to make a game engine, and I don't know why, but apparently they couldn't use the fucking game engines from Halo. So, like, they made a whole new engine, and their engine just kind of fucking sucks. And that's why it took them so long to make. Like, it took them 10 years, mostly to just make the engine.
Destiny wasn't in development for 10 years.
It was in development since ODST.
Yeah, that's 7.
When did ODST came out? Because it was in development before ODST came out.
It was in It was revealed that it was that development started right around the release of Halo 3.
Okay.
Halo 3.
ODST came out in 2009. So they had already been working on it. It came out in 14. That's 5 years.
I read somewhere that it was 7 years of development.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Yeah, 2007 to 14 is 7 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. But still, most of that time was still spent making the game engine because the game's not very big. Like, Destiny's not a big game. Like, and the maps aren't huge, like, so most of the time was spent just making the damn game engine work. And it still didn't work right. Like, for the longest time. That's why it took so long for the damn game to come out in the first place. But now that their engine works, like, all they have to do is do their updates and shit and make these little fucking expansions and shit. So
keep in mind, there is a little teaser sneaked into ODST.
Yeah.
There's
a Destiny logo.
In a building. Oh, it's not a Destiny logo. It's it's just it's Earth with the Traveler over it,
yeah.
and it just says Destiny awaits. And that was during ODST, so that was years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I've got the hiccups. Anyway, that's gonna be all for us today. Check out our channel at least once a week. We try and update it at least that often. You might like what you find.
Yes, you might. I'm gonna start a new thing. I was gonna do it last week, but I was having a bad week, so I'm gonna start it this week. I'm undetermined on the time, but I'm gonna start doing Twitch sessions in the mornings, like early afternoon, probably like 11 or 12 Eastern time. So, if you would like to join me, that's fine. But if you are at work, that is also fine. I'm just gonna hang out with some people who can bullshit about some games. So.
Yep. What are you gonna stream?
Oh, I'm just gonna sit here and bullshit about news like we do now. Like, it's gonna be like, we're gonna cover the news here, and then I'm gonna cover more news on the Twitch stuff. But it's like, you know what I mean? Or not?
Yeah.
This is a chance for like me to interact with other people if they wish.
I get it. I get you, fam. But anyway, that's gonna be it for us.
Okay.
You have a good night or day whenever you watch us. I'm Ambassador Chris.
I'm Ambassador Michael.
We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.